And good evening, everyone. It is that time of evening again, time for Natchez Renewal Radio, right here, 97.7 to beat, NatchezRadio.com. Here in the studio, we've got Natchez Police Chief and Natchez Mayor, so I better be careful. Good evening, Mayor.
Hello, Mr. Leon. Good to see you. Good to be with you this evening. I am so grateful to have as my guest here for the first portion of tonight. I'm going to have two guests tonight. Our Police Chief, Cal Green. We're also live on Facebook. In a few moments, we're going to actually have Catherine McPhate with us with the Natchez Children Services. We're going to be talking about some great things and some help that's needed for our children who are in need here in Natchez and Southwest Mississippi. But first, we wanted to give an update since our press conference yesterday regarding the crime that has been occurring in certain areas of Natchez. I think everyone by now has probably heard about our press conference yesterday, Chief Green.
Yes, sir.
Chief, I want to thank you for your leadership and your working with us in such a great, strong way, and with the sheriff also.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've had some great teamwork over the last couple of days. Actually, a lot of teamwork going back for some time. I've said before, you have done a great job as chief to get the city and the county, Natchez PD and Adams County Sheriff working together.
I'm very proud of that, and I think that's due in large part to the fact that I did work for the sheriff for 6 years prior to, coming back to the police department. So we share working experience actually back about 20 years. So we go way back, and we've got a very good relationship. So it hasn't been that difficult.
You started in law enforcement here, 28? How long ago? I've lost count.
28 and a half years now.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yes.
Well, we just really appreciate your service, Chief Green. And I want to just give a good report that after our phone call yesterday to Commissioner Sean Tyndall, Mississippi Commissioner of Public Safety, we very quickly were connected with the State Director of the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. And Colonel Jimmy Herzog was here this morning.
Yes.
With many agents. I think we had a total of 7 agents from various agencies meet with the Natchez Police Department and also the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
And the District Attorney's Office.
And the District Attorney's Office
yes.
was there. We've been in contact with Tim Cotton over the course of yesterday and today. He's given great assistance. Obviously, Sheriff Patten and Chief Green. We had Mississippi Bureau of Investigation there today.
Yes, Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics.
Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics. Homeland Security.
Yes.
And actually, they are also bringing in federal agencies to work with us.
This
is what I was so impressed about today, Chief Green, is that they canceled a planned training for 40 officers that was to take place today.
Yes. To come to Natchez to meet with us. Yes.
Yeah. And what I saw today was a spirit of historic cooperation. I mean, we are about to have, they're going to be applying some heat.
They are. They have offered us assistance, and we have very gratefully accepted.
Great. And so I want to just give a shout out to people listening because, there are areas of Natchez you wouldn't even know this was happening because we have such a beautiful, safe, wonderful city. But we do have an area of town mainly in the Heights, Holiday Apartments, Cambridge Heights, Maryland Heights. Those areas have been experiencing some terrible crime.
It has been.
And so, oh my goodness, and look at here, Sheriff Patten.
Oh, good.
Come on in. Sheriff Patten. And so, Sheriff Patten has been assisting us. What we are finding out is that this crime is occurring more and more in a way where everything seems to be connected.
It is, and we don't want to harp on that too much because we don't want to jeopardize anything that we have going on. But we do intend to start applying some heat, and we will be resurrecting our Operation Safe Neighborhoods.
Yes.
So we will be in those areas pretty hard and heavy.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. Sheriff Patten, I told you we weren't going to keep you, but until, because we actually have Catherine McPhate coming on to talk about Natchez Children's Services and all that great work. But Catherine was so nice to understand we had to get the word out. Okay. Sheriff Patten, thank you. We were just bragging on you.
You're
and we were just bragging on you and the historic amount of cooperation that we've been getting, the city and the sheriff's office working together. Sheriff Patten, I know you were out there with Chief Green Sunday evening, into the late hours, early morning hours. You've also had another case that you've been working since last night and early this morning. Have you gotten any sleep?
Barely. Barely. You know, we taking cat naps here or there, but you know, I'm ex-military, so with that, that's what we do. We'll sleep standing up if we need to. We'll sleep standing up if we need to. But it has been a very busy couple of days. Myself and Chief has been out along with a ton of other officers from both the city and the county working together. And anytime the city or anybody calls us, anybody knows, we will show up and help as much as we can.
Yes.
And that's what's needed. But what's also needed is help from the public.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, this isn't just a law enforcement issue. Mm-hmm. And everybody in the public knows these issues and these groups have been going back years and generations. I'm talking about the moms, the dads, the grandmas, all the way back.
Yes.
And the police didn't start it, and it won't be the police or the law enforcement officers ending it. It's going to be a collective effort from the from the community to put an end to the senseless violence.
Yes.
And you're right. We went out last night thinking we were about to search for a missing person. Had no clue when we got there that it ended up turning out to be a homicide. Mm-hmm. Homicide. So that changed the trajectory of everything for us out there in the county at night. And we have been working last night all day today, still working out. That's why I forgot to take off my vest before I even come up in here, because we have been at it.
Yes.
Like, we have been really beating the grounds. And I will say that the public is coming forward. They are providing things that we need to help get that case taken care of, amongst others.
Good. And you know, let's go ahead and get that number out for CrimeStoppers right now. 1-888-442 5001. We've all got it now. 888-442-5001.
Yes.
Anyone who gives information that leads to a conviction will be given a reward. Their name will not be shared. It is an anonymous call. Those calls aren't actually handled here.
No, they are not. They are from a call center in Texas.
Mm-hmm, a call center in Texas.
Yes.
And Chief Green, you just said it. We want to go ahead and get that announcement tonight. Operation Safe Neighborhoods. Remind us what that is and what's about to take place again.
It's a concerted effort between the police department and the sheriff's office, where we basically extra patrol our problem areas during those peak hours where crimes are likely to be occurring. And we've had a lot of success with it in the past, as far as serving warrants, getting drugs off the street, getting illegal guns off the street. So we're going to dive back into it again.
Sheriff Patten, I know, your office was so instrumental in helping us with this last year. It was just a year ago this week that we kicked that off last year. So I'm excited that we're getting it going again. Operation Safe Neighborhoods. Remind us of a little of the success we had last year.
We had great success. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know we had like over 200 some guns. I think around 200 that was taken off the street during that entire year. I can't remember the amount of felony arrests and things of that nature, but
it was several dozen.
It was several dozen. Some of our most wanted were caught. And I'm going to say this about Project Safe Neighborhood, though. While Project Safe Neighborhood was going on, that's when we got asked about crime. And cops, law enforcement do not like to answer that question, but we have to be transparent in that also. Yes. So we answered the question, and you did see the drop in the crime rate because of those extra enforcement details that were put out there in those streets. And the minute that stopped, Look what happened.
Yeah.
Look what happened. I know.
Yeah.
Back with the shootings, back with the murders, and back with everything. So, Project Neighborhood is a short-term solution that is very effective.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
It is very effective. And what I would say to the public, and I've been saying this statewide, you all need to make sure you support your law enforcement.
Yes.
The board, the mayor, the board of supervisors, they can support law enforcement. But we need the communities to stand with us as well. If you want a safe neighborhood, we need you to do your part. And how do you do your part? By seeing something, saying something.
Absolutely.
And that's why you keep seeing us push the CrimeStoppers, because we understand you all have real, live, legitimate fears, and that's why we're pushing the utilization of the CrimeStoppers number. And you can even go online or download the CrimeStoppers app.
Yep.
If you download the CrimeStoppers app, we can talk to you live anonymously through text messaging. You'll be given a 17-digit code that nobody knows who you are, but you can talk to us in live.
Yes.
Put us right on top of people, information, or any details that we don't know that we need to know. So we're making sure we make a plea to the public for your assistance in all these matters. You know,
Yes.
There's been a lot going on, Mayor.
A lot going on, and we're not going to hold y'all too long
Yeah.
because I know you got more work to do, and you've got to get some rest also. But I do want to just say again, people can be relieved and actually rest assured that this is a new day in Natchez. I mean, when you have 7 agents of various agencies drop what they're doing on a moment's notice, cancel a training for 40 officers, and come to Natchez to help us. And that's what happened this morning. A meeting with 7 agents, ranging from Mississippi Bureau of Investigation to Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, Homeland Security, and they are now getting federal agencies involved. It's going to be a change. I just told Chief Green the heat is coming.
And I would tell people this: don't take it personal if we inconvenience you. You have to you have to figure out what value you want to put on life. And if it makes you a little bit uncomfortable, be okay with that during this period, because we're going to make a lot of people uncomfortable.
That's
Exactly.
And that's not saying that we're going to get out here and we're going to roughhouse
No.
and do your average everyday working citizens, any kind of harm. That's not the purpose of this. But we are going to get out and get really busy and try to get these dangerous individuals off the street. That's the bottom line.
And at the end of the day, we need you to understand that you have to help us to help you. You know, I mean, we don't live there, you live there. And in order for your environment to be better, you have to want it to be better.
Right.
And you have to be willing to cooperate with us in order to make it so.
Yes. If you feel like it's just a scary thing for you to reach out and talk to local law enforcement, call CrimeStoppers.
Exactly.
Get that CrimeStoppers app. Or if you like, share something with someone you trust to tell the police and not identify you as the source. Talk to your pastor.
Yes.
I can think of no one in the community that we trust more and look up to more than our pastors. And I'm actually going to be reaching out to our pastors for help.
Yes.
This is a time we've had a lot of prayer going on. In fact, Bishop Searcy prayed for us just yesterday at a meeting when we were talking about Boys and Girls Club. And we're about to talk about the boys and girls of Natchez.
Good.
But I just want to say thank you for being on the program.
Thank you.
I know people have been concerned. I know people have been scared. I do want to say this. People have said, well, are we safe in Natchez? I want to tell you, and I want to reiterate, the vast majority of this city, yes, you are safe. But there are a couple pockets right now we're having to focus on where these incidents have occurred.
Exactly.
And
the people who live there need to feel that same sense of safety.
They deserve to live in
Absolutely.
a safe community just like anyone else.
Yes.
And so, but what you said is important.
Mm-hmm.
We need their cooperation.
We do.
To make their community safe.
We do.
And it will happen when we have the information needed to solve these cases and make these arrests.
Absolutely.
And then we need the judges, once we make the arrest, to keep them in jail. We don't need violent offenders out on our streets. We need them behind bars where they belong.
Let me say this too, Mayor. I don't want the citizens to be confused about what is happening. these are not random shootings. These are not accidental discharges or accidental shootings.
Exactly.
The people that they are killing, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but they were intent on doing them harm. So it's not the entire community, but I'm glad that we're coming together to address this portion of the community to restore order. That is very important. And to those citizens who have reached out, who are sending us information, we really appreciate you. We really thank you a lot for pointing us in the right directions and getting us in the direction that we need to be heading on these cases that have come forth, and even the ones in the past. Thank you for what you're doing. And Mayor, I know the judges are listening. I know they hear you. Judges, we do appreciate you all, because sometimes you all don't get everything you need in a case to make the decisions you need to make. And I know I've had some personal meetings with the judges, and they have really laid out now a path forward that we'll be sharing with each other on how and what they need in order to do.
In order for us to get the results that we want.
Chief Green, any last words?
I just want to, if you do reach out to the pastors, I want everybody to remember that any conversation you have with the pastor is confidential.
Yeah.
And they are not required to give us your name.
That's right.
So that is complete anonymity. So, if you feel comfortable doing that, that would definitely be a help to us.
Great point.
You don't want your name.
No, we don't want your name.
Just your information.
Just the information.
Chief Green, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's a
Anytime.
real pleasure to work
Thank
with you.
Man.
And you, Sheriff, thank you.
Yes,
Always
sir.
there. Day or night, doesn't matter. I appreciate that. Well, y'all be careful.
We will.
All right.
Thank you.
And we're now going to ask Catherine McPhate to come up, because we did have a regular program already planned, and all of this kind of jumped on top of it. And so thank you for your patience.
No worries.
Catherine, thank you. And because we have been talking about crime, we probably have a better audience than normal. I think at our press conference yesterday, we had over 400 people listening.
Oh, wow.
And it has now been viewed and shared, I don't know how many times. I haven't had time to look. But, it all goes back to safe environments for families and for children.
Yep.
And, one of the casualties, sadly, over the weekend, was a 25-year-old who is now no longer with us. That happened Sunday. Also Sunday, we had a 15-year-old who was shot. Fortunately, he's okay.
Wow.
And then a young man, I think barely 20, whose body was found last night.
Yep. I think I saw her 19 years old.
19. A recent graduate of the Natchez High School, I believe. So, this is really hitting home when you see this affecting our young people. Now, you are, and tell us more about Natchez Children's Services, oldest charity in the state.
Yep. We're the oldest nonprofit in Mississippi and one of the oldest in the nation.
Used to be an orphanage.
Yep.
But now you actually work with foster parents, children who are in foster care, state ordered care.
Right. Well, and we work with Child Protection Services, law enforcement. That's why you were speaking to some of my favorite people. We work very closely with the police department and the sheriff's office here in Adams County. But so we deal with kids who are victims of abuse, neglect, and who have witnessed crime. So we deal with kids who may have witnessed homicides, things that y'all were just talking about, kids that have experienced their own physical, sexual abuse, and the neglect that can come with that as well.
That's a real challenge. And what the studies show is that these children become very vulnerable if they go without intervention.
Definitely.
Without proper care. And the last thing we want is to see these become future statistics. So the work you're doing is vital.
Thank you.
Is vital.
Yes.
So how can we as a community help you, especially as we approach Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Yeah.
Times it can bring a lot of stress on families.
It definitely can. We are here to help the families that we serve and the kids that we serve in our community. With the holidays coming up, as you mentioned, we work very closely with our Child Protection Services in the 5 counties that we serve. So we're in this pocket of the southwest corner of the state with Adams, Claiborne, Jefferson, Franklin, and Wilkinson counties. So the kids that may not the families may not be able to provide Christmas Christmas for their kids, or they need just essential items like the cold weather's coming, jackets, coats, those kinds of things. We get donations from the community and we're able to provide those items. Child Protection Services helps us kind of disperse those items to the needy, to the families that need them. We're working closely with our local school district as well, for kids that they may interact with that may need those items. So any kind of donations, individually packaged snacks, we give those out to all of the kids and families that we serve. Coats, jackets, sweaters, new unused toys, blankets are a big thing that we give out as well. We would be happy to take those donations and give those to the kids that we provide services to.
Oh, that's great. Well, how do we make these contributions of money and also of clothing, toys, other items that are needed?
Yeah. If you want to call the office, our number is 601-442-6858. We can kind of orchestrate that and communicate about how to get those items. If you want to donate, you can come by the office and drop those off, but please call ahead to make sure that we don't have any clients at the building. We're located at 33 Fatherland Road here in Natchez. You can go to our website, which is www.natchezcac.org, and there's a red donate button there that you can also click on.
Good, good. You know, let's get that out on the thread if we could. That phone number again is
601-442-6858.
442-6858.
Yep.
And then the website?
www.natchez, so that's spelled out, cac.org.
And if I want to send a check, I just send it to Natchez Children's Services.
Yeah, P.O. Box 2028.
2028.
Yep.
2028.
Yep.
That's easy to remember. We'll be in 2028 before you know it.
Right.
You know, Catherine, as you look around the community and around Southwest Mississippi, would you agree that we see too much poverty? We see too many children in families in need, and right here in Natchez.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that's why we're working so hard on economic development, on education, on workforce development, on our parks, on programs. And in fact, I expressed great support just yesterday for the Boys and Girls Club that they're trying to reorganize here.
Yeah, that would be great.
Adams County Board of Supervisors has already committed $25,000. I'm hoping that the city can do the same.
Yeah.
And that would be on an ongoing annual basis.
That's amazing.
Because when our children have something to do, when they have somewhere to go after school instead of an empty house or just the streets, because if there's not something for them to do and no one at home, what happens?
And off the phones, getting kids off the phones, off the tablets, because we see a lot in our area of work is a lot of online sextortion, a lot of online crime that happens to these kids. So giving them Boys and Girls Club, great resource for kids to have, to be able to get out, get off your phones, get off your tablets, so that way predators even outside of your home, outside of our community, aren't able to have access to your children as well.
You know, local law enforcement and especially Concordia Sheriff David Hedrick, they've really made, and Sheriff Patten's had some good work in this area. They've really made a priority protecting our children from those predators. But sadly, as you have just stated, it can be on social media.
Yep.
As if a child has a phone, they can immediately become a target.
Yep, definitely.
And then children left alone are looking for some kind of love, some kind of acceptance, and they will accept it wherever they find it. And it can be on the street. It can be the wrong person reaching out on a phone.
Yep, with the wrong intent.
Yeah, with the wrong intent.
Yep.
And you reach puberty, and our children become extra vulnerable because there are really some predators out there. It's sad.
Yeah, it is really sad. The bulk of kids that we see are from ages 7 to 12 in that age range. And so it really is, they're preying on the really young, vulnerable children.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a minute ago of the large community that we have and the large number that we've served. Over the last year, we've served 441 kids in the 5 counties that I mentioned,
Wow.
but more than half of those are just Adams County's cases alone.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's right here in our backyard, 283 kids in Adams County.
And how large a staff do you have?
There's 6 of us.
Only 6.
Only 6 of us.
Serving
Yeah.
that many.
Yep.
I know the city gives you some financial support.
Yes.
State of Mississippi, some financial
Yes.
support. Hopefully you have some federal support.
Yes. Yep.
But where would you say the majority of your dollars come from? Because it's a tough thing.
Yeah, we primarily survive off of our donations.
Mhm.
We are a nonprofit, and so donations, monetary donations, are really critical for us, especially when you get federal cuts, when you get state cuts. Those can kind of fluctuate from year to year. So having that steady monetary donations from our community supporters is really what helps keep us afloat.
Do you realize we're only 6 weeks away from the end of this year?
I know, it is crazy.
And an important thing to remember is you have 6 weeks to make a tax deductible donation and it count for this year. And so what better way to sow some love into this community and to the lives of these children than giving to Natchez Children's Services. So we have just about 45 seconds left. Tell them again your mailing address if they want to send a check.
Sure. P.O. Box 2028, Natchez, Mississippi 39121.
That's Natchez Children's Services.
Yes.
P.O. Box 2028.
Yep.
Natchez 39121.
Yes.
And then if they want to call you, that phone number again?
601-442-6858.
Okay. And I just want to thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Anyone can Google Natchez Children's Services.
Yep.
But Catherine, we appreciate all you do in our community. We're here to support you.
Thank you.
And we'll have more opportunities for shout outs.
Yeah.
And if you want to share information also from time to time with us, you've got my cell phone number.
Yeah.
Just text me whatever it is you want posted, and we'll get it out there on our social media pages.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless you.
And also, Catherine, right here, 97.7 The Beat, Natchez Radio also.
Yes, thank y'all so much. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, y'all too.
It's next week. It's hard to believe. And next week, by the way, Mr. Leon, I want to go ahead and ask this. Next week, we have a 6 o'clock board meeting next Tuesday. I would like to come at 5 o'clock for a special Thanksgiving program where we're going to do a shout out for some of the local charities around town. And we're going to be talking about Natchez Children's Services some more, but also the Natchez Stew Pot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're going to talk about so many other areas in our community where people can volunteer, give back, the Humane Society. There's just so many ways people can serve.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Natchez. God bless Natchez. Thank you, listeners, at 97.7 The Beat.
That was Natchez Renewal Radio, Mayor Dan Gibson, right here, 97.7 The Beat, New Vision Broadcasting.